What if I told you that something as sweet and harmless as chocolate might silently increase your risk of a life-threatening stroke? Among older adults, strokes remain one of the top causes of long-term disability. We usually think of cigarettes, high blood pressure, or stress as the usual suspects, but hardly anyone stops to consider the chocolates, desserts, or sweet treats they enjoy daily. That's where the hidden risk begins. I remember Mrs. Clara, a 72-year-old grandmother who came to see me after a mild stroke. She laughed and said, "Doctor, all I did was treat myself with my favorite sweets," but when we took a closer look, the kind of chocolate she had every night was slowly hardening her arteries and pushing her blood pressure higher without her noticing. Her case isn't rare. That's why today I want to sit with you and reveal 7 types of chocolate that may look delicious on the outside but could be quietly increasing your stroke risk. Before we dive in, tell me this, do you believe chocolate can actually harm your brain health? Or do you think it's just another food myth? Type white if you believe there might be truth to it, or blue if you think it's impossible. We read and reply to every comment because your voice matters here, and while you're at it, subscribe to Health Hub so you don't miss powerful health insights that could protect you and your loved ones. Milk chocolate brings comfort. It melts easily, sparks childhood memories, and is often enjoyed as a little post-dinner reward. But behind that sweetness lies a harmful combination of sugar and milk fat that your body can't simply ignore. Eating milk chocolate spikes your blood sugar fast due to its high sugar content. At the same time, the saturated fats from the milk raise your LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol that sticks to artery walls. According to the American Heart Association, seniors who eat diets high in added sugars and saturated fats face up to a 23% higher risk of stroke compared to those who limit them. What seems like an innocent bar can trigger a silent storm: cholesterol buildup, rising blood pressure, and stiffened blood vessels. Take Mr. Nelson, a 61-year-old retired teacher from Texas. Every evening, he would unwind in his recliner with a glass of milk and a few pieces of his favorite milk chocolate. It seemed harmless, but over time, his blood pressure crept up. His doctor warned him about borderline diabetes, and one morning, he woke up with weakness on his left side. It was a minor stroke. Nelson was shocked. He thought the danger came from fast food or cigarettes, not from candy. Though he recovered well, it made him rethink everything. So what's the takeaway? If you love chocolate, swap milk chocolate for a small piece of dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa. It's naturally lower in sugar and richer in flavonoids that help support healthy blood vessels. Still, moderation is key. Just 1 ounce is enough to satisfy your craving without harming your arteries. And if you think milk chocolate is bad, wait until you learn what's really inside white chocolate. That truth might surprise you even more. White chocolate looks elegant and creamy, like a luxurious treat saved for special moments. But here's a surprising twist: it's not really chocolate at all. Unlike darker milk chocolate, white chocolate contains no cocoa solids, meaning it lacks the natural flavonoids that protect your blood vessels. Instead, it's mostly cocoa butter, sugar, and milk fat. That mix might taste rich, but it can thicken your blood and increase triglycerides, fats that float in your bloodstream. Studies in the journal Stroke have linked high triglyceride levels to a much greater risk of blood clots, which are a major cause of ischemic strokes. Let's look at Mrs. Edith, a 63-year-old widow from North Carolina. She loved white chocolate truffles and often treated herself during grocery runs. She didn't smoke, stayed active, and believed her stroke risk was low. But her annual blood tests revealed alarmingly high triglyceride levels. She was confused until her doctor pointed to her nightly chocolate habit. Within a few months, she started experiencing dizzy spells. They turned out to be mini strokes. It was a scary wake-up call. So what's a better dessert? Try Greek yogurt with fresh berries and a sprinkle of unsweetened cocoa powder. You'll get that creamy indulgence with protein, antioxidants, and far less sugar. And if you're still craving chocolate, remember, dark chocolate provides health-supporting compounds that white chocolate simply doesn't. Now, if white chocolate sounds concerning, the next type might truly alarm you. When sugar, caramel, and artificial fats combine, the impact on your arteries can be as harmful as smoking a cigarette every day. Caramel-filled or nougat-packed chocolates like Snickers, Milky Way, or Three Musketeers might seem like the perfect pick-me-up when your energy drops. They're chewy, sweet, and comforting. But what most people don't know is that the combo of corn syrup, sugar, And hydrogenated fats creates one of the most dangerous internal storms. The corn syrup's high glycemic load causes rapid spikes in blood sugar, while trans fats damage your blood vessel linings and fuel inflammation. According to the CDC, diets high in added sugars and trans fats are closely linked to insulin resistance, a condition that paves the way to type 2 diabetes and doubles your risk of stroke. Take Mr. George, a 62-year-old retired bus driver from Illinois. He kept candy bars in his glove compartment, saying they helped him stay alert on long routes. At first, it seemed harmless, but over the years, he gained weight, struggled with fatigue, and was eventually diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. One cold morning, he collapsed with slurred speech and weakness in his arm. It was a stroke caused by years of artery damage. Later, George admitted, "I thought candy was kid stuff. I never realized it could steal my health. So what's the smarter swap? Try a handful of unsalted nuts with some raisins or apple slices. You'll get steady energy, blood sugar balancing fiber, and none of the artery clogging fats. And if you're still craving chocolate, go for a small square of dark chocolate instead of a full bar layered with caramel or nougat, but don't think the danger ends there. Cream-filled chocolates might look like fancy gifts, but the risks inside are even more troubling. Whether it's a silky truffle or a soft fudge center, cream-filled chocolates melt in your mouth with a richness that feels indulgent. But beneath that smooth texture lies a mix of heavy cream, condensed milk, and butter, all loaded with saturated fats, eaten frequently. These fats make your blood thicker, raise blood pressure, and accelerate the buildup of plaque in your arteries. Once hardened, these plaques can rupture and block blood flow to the brain. That's how many strokes begin quietly and then strike suddenly. Researchers at Harvard found that diets high in saturated fats increase the risk of cardiovascular events, including stroke, by up to 21% in older adults. And this isn't just about lab results. It's about how your blood struggles to move through vessels that should stay open. Imagine forcing syrup through a thin straw. That's how your circulation feels when saturated fats dominate your diet. Cream-filled chocolates might look harmless in a gift box, but for seniors, each bite adds hidden pressure on your cardiovascular system. So, what's a better option? If you're craving something creamy, blend a chilled banana with a spoonful of natural peanut butter. It's smooth, sweet, and satisfying, but with fiber and healthy fats that support rather than strain your heart. And if you still want chocolate, a small square of dark chocolate is far safer than a cream-filled piece. Before we move on, tell me, do you still see cream-filled chocolates as innocent? Or do you think they carry hidden dangers? Type white if you believe they can be harmful, or blue if you're not convinced. And don't forget to hit subscribe to Health Hub so you never miss the tips that protect your heart and brain every single day. If cream-filled chocolates already made you pause, just wait until we talk about what happens when cookies and candies get a chocolate coating. This combination creates a whole new level of risk. Chocolate-covered cookies and snacks like Kit Kat, Twix, or chocolate-dipped Oreos seem like playful, innocent treats. The kind of thing you'd grab during a movie night or from a candy jar at work. But beneath the fun exterior lies a harmful trio: refined flour, hydrogenated oils, and added sugar. The refined flour quickly breaks down into glucose, spiking your blood sugar. The hydrogenated oils, which help these snacks last longer on shelves, are sources of trans fats that harden and inflame blood vessels. And the high sugar content fuels belly fat and metabolic syndrome, a condition that seriously disrupts circulation and increases the risk of clotting. According to the National Institutes of Health, older adults with metabolic syndrome are twice as likely to experience heart disease and stroke. What makes this so dangerous is how the damage happens on multiple fronts. Blood sugar spikes in your artery linings, and belly fat releases inflammatory compounds that further burden the heart and brain. Over time, the blood becomes thicker, less fluid, and more prone to forming clots. Once those clots break loose, they can reach the brain and trigger sudden, debilitating strokes. Ironically, these snacks are often labeled as fun-sized, leading people to think small portions are safe. But even small, regular indulgences come at a cost. So, what's a better choice? Instead of a chocolate-dipped cookie, go for a square of dark chocolate paired with a handful of almonds or walnuts. You'll still get the crunch and sweetness, but also heart-healthy fats that help your blood vessels stay relaxed. Another great option is to dip fresh strawberries in a thin coating of melted dark chocolate. It's sweet, satisfying, and full of antioxidants. Next, let's look at a chocolate type that doesn't come in a bar but in a cup. Something many people drink at bedtime, not realizing the danger it may cause while they sleep. A warm mug of hot chocolate feels cozy, especially on a chilly evening. Many see it as harmless, even comforting. But those instant hot chocolate powders on supermarket shelves are often loaded with sugar and powdered milk fats. For seniors, having this drink before bed can spike blood sugar levels right before the body begins to slow down. As the body rests, excess sugar thickens the blood. During sleep, when circulation naturally slows, the sticky blood becomes more prone to clotting. According to research from the American Stroke Association, strokes that occur overnight or in the early morning hours are common among seniors and often linked to this kind of metabolic stress. Let me tell you about Mr. Samuel, a 71-year-old retiree from Colorado. For years, he ended his nights with a hot mug of instant cocoa, believing it helped him relax and sleep. Over time, his doctor noticed rising cholesterol and worsening blood pressure. One winter morning, Samuel didn't wake up at his usual time. He had suffered a stroke in his sleep. Thankfully, he survived. But his family was shocked to learn that his nightly cocoa habit had silently played a role. Later, Samuel said, "I thought it was a comfort. I never imagined it could land me in the hospital. So, what's the safer option? Try warming a glass of unsweetened almond milk with a spoon of pure cocoa powder and just a drop of honey. It delivers the same cozy flavor, but without the sugar overload, and still offers antioxidants from real cocoa. Now tell me, do you still believe bedtime hot chocolate is just an innocent treat? Or do you think it could be a hidden health risk? Type white if you believe it could be harmful, or blue if you think it's safe. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe to Health Hub so you don't miss simple daily habits that can protect your heart and brain. Up next, let's explore the chilling truth about chocolate-covered ice cream bars, a dessert that combines cold temperature with saturated fat in a way that can shock your blood vessels. Chocolate-coated ice cream treats like Magnum, Dove, or Klondike bars seem like the perfect summer indulgence. Cold, creamy, and sweet, they offer double the pleasure. But inside that treat is a dangerous combination: high-fat ice cream surrounded by a thick chocolate coating. The saturated fats from the ice cream raise your LDL cholesterol, while the sugar spikes your blood glucose. On top of that, the extreme cold causes blood vessels to constrict temporarily just as your blood is becoming thicker from the sugar and fat. That double hit, vessel constriction and thickened blood, creates the ideal condition for a clot or a sudden spasm in the brain's arteries. Researchers at the Cleveland Clinic have found that cold, high-fat desserts can trigger vascular changes within minutes, especially in seniors with underlying risks. Consider Miss Helen, a 60-year-old grandmother from Arizona. On hot afternoons, she often rewarded herself with a chocolate-covered ice cream bar after gardening or playing with her grandkids. It felt like a small pleasure. But after months of enjoying them multiple times a week, she began to notice sudden headaches and brief vision problems. Medical tests revealed narrowing arteries in her brain, worsened by her dessert habits. One evening, she suffered a minor stroke. Thankfully, she recovered. But Helen admitted she never suspected her favorite ice cream could be the cause. What's the better option on warm days? Try freezing slices of banana or grapes and dipping them in a thin layer of melted dark chocolate. You'll get that cold, sweet bite with natural fiber and antioxidants without overloading your arteries. Or blend frozen berries with plain yogurt for a creamy, cooling dessert that actually supports your blood vessels. Now that we've reviewed all 7 types of chocolate that can quietly increase stroke risk, it's time to step back and focus on the bigger picture, how your daily choices matter more than any one treat. Today, we explored 7 popular kinds of chocolate that, while tasty, can silently raise your risk of stroke. From sugar-heavy milk chocolate to cocoa-free white chocolate to candy bars packed with caramel, nougat, or cream. Even your bedtime drink or a cold dessert could be silently changing the way your blood flows. But here's the good news: your health is not defined by a single snack. It's shaped by your overall lifestyle. Choosing dark chocolate in moderation, eating more fruits, nuts, and whole foods, staying active, and regularly monitoring your blood pressure. These small, daily steps can protect your brain and heart far more than any moment of indulgence ever could. So now I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever been surprised by how a harmless treat affected your health? Share your story in the comments. We read every single one. And if you found today's video helpful, hit that subscribe button on Health Hub so you never miss the tips that can keep you healthy, strong, and independent for years to come.